In order to download our website that we're going to redesign for Hearts Village Day, we firstly need to create a management site and a place to download it to. So we go Site, New Site. We'll call it something appropriate like Hearts Village. And then we need to point to where we're going to keep this within our own space. Now in this case, I'm going to My Documents and I'm going to use this Create New Folder icon in order to create a home for it. And I'll call this Hearts Village. This is where I'm going to download my website to. I double click on that. So now I have Hearts Village at the top and I can choose Select. For my Images folder, I click on the icon next to the Images folder and I create a new folder within the Hearts Village folder and I call that Images. Now remember, we don't use capital letters on these type of folders. Choose Select. I've now located where my local website is going to be within my own network space. At this point, I could enter the information for where the local website will be viewed, but it's not really necessary. Moving on to the remote information, by clicking on the Remote Info tab, we can see that this is the area where we are going to connect to the distant website, the place where we keep the Hearts Village files on a remote server. And we choose FTP, which stands for File Transfer Protocol. The FTP host is ftp.mimi.tessia.co.uk, and the host directory is /2009-10-3 capital HUM 0423 /Peter. You'll notice there's no capital letter used there. / The login is mimi.tessia.co.uk and the password is HISQMT, and we test that by pressing the test button, which tells us that we have connected to our web server successfully. At this point, I can save, and we see that the website on our local space is set up like this, and at this stage we just have an empty folder with another empty folder inside. If I connect to the internet, to our remote host, and then I press this button here to show the local and the remote sites, we can see that we have both sites can now be made visible. This is our remote site, and we can choose any of these elements to download. And if I take an just one example, calendar, and I choose Get, the downwards facing arrow, That file with its dependent files will download to our local space. I'll now go back to the local view and we can see that I have downloaded calendar.html. If I change the view to remote view, I'm now looking at all the files that are stored on the remote server. So I'll change that back. That's all you need to know at this stage.